Hi guys, I'm John Bro and welcome back to Let's Play Yoshi's Story. Here we are on page 6, the finale, which also happens to be the finale of the Let's Play. How convenient. Now to enter the Magma Castle. How magnificent. Get it? It was a terrible pun. This time, I'm going to be Black Yoshi for very specific purposes which will eventually become clear. I mean, it would be cool to be like Green Yoshi because he's the main character, or maybe Yellow Yoshi, Urine Yoshi, because he's the real main character, because P is stronger than all. But, yeah, Black Yoshi will be especially useful in a little while. But first we need our eggs, our boiled eggs, probably, because of this, you know, this steaming hot magma. I think it look hot. And what is this? And we just go through this door, which happens to be at the very beginning of the level, and what is this? There's Miss Warp sleeping here. Hello, Miss Warp. Yeah, what's up? This is a really weird place to sleep, Miss Warp. I mean, you're pretty much in a closet in a magma mountain, or magma castle, rather. This is a rather big closet, though. So I can see why you would sleep here. It's kind of cozy, it's kind of cuddly, and, oh. This closet has a closet inside of it. But it is locked because of the keyhole. Because keyholes in video games automatically mean the door is locked. Even though it very well could be open, but we just don't ever try to open the doors if they have giant locks on them, or keyholes on them. Yoshi could fit through that keyhole. I mean, whatever. A hot cross buns! This dragon is your friend. He will carry you across the lava sea. Hello, dragon. Wake up. Because everything in this game starts out sleeping before you go up to it. Yoshi is just the disturber of sleep. Yeah, I think this guy's kind of cool. He teaches you trigonometry and doesn't afraid of anything. And he kind of looks like, I think, Hooktail from... Oh, goodness. I really need, food, yes. He kind of looks like Hooktail from Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door, in my opinion. But at the same time, he also kind of looks like Fractail from Super Paper Mario. Just kind of both of those things at the same time, and I do not want to fall into the lava. Thank you. Thank you, Hook Fractail. Fractail was always a really, really weird name for me, or to me. Yeah, so does that make this guy a he, or a she, or an it? Because Hooktail is a she, and Fractail is an it, because he's a robot. So I guess that makes this guy a girl, or machine. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just not. Gender confusion is always something that happens in games. Lava fall! Watch out for the lava falls. If you touch them, you'll get burned. Really now? I did not know that, Navi. I did not know that. I did not know that if you touch something that's hot, it burns you. Really? This is toddler logic, Navi. Toddler logic. Although I guess we are baby Yoshis, so... it does sort of make that a little bit more justified. But anyways, still... We've gone through 23 levels of this crap. You should know that we know about this stuff by now. Silly buffoon. Silly fairy box. And we have a robot mouse here. Robot mouse! Instead of robot house? Nah. I'm terrible with jokes, I really am. So let's go over here. And who? This looks fun. Can we take them both out? Yes, we can. 2 stones with 1 bird. I'm really glad that the lucky fruit happens to be bananas, because there are plenty of bananas in this level, and I keep losing lots of health, so... Of course, I think sometimes, depending on what lucky fruit you have, that changes what certain fruits are in the level. So, like, I think certain fruits are just automatically set to be the lucky fruit. So maybe that's not even that big of a deal. It's not like... It's not coincidence, it's just how the game is programmed. That I happen to be seeing so many fruits that are bananas. Ugh. This level is awfully confusing. It's like a big maze, but it's not quite like the Torrencial maze. Because most of the maze... Most of the maziness of this level is, like, on one screen, rather than on a whole bunch of screens, like the Torrencial maze was. But yeah, I get lost very easily here, and it doesn't help that there are giant lava worms all over the place sliding across the floor. Lava worms. course, these aren't really like lava worms, they're just... Wait, what? It just... This lava's bouncing off the bottom of the screen in mid-air. Okay. I mean, I know this game doesn't make sense with gravity and such, but I didn't know that it made that little sense. Come on now, programmers, stop being so lazy. Of course, as I've said before, this is a rather impressively programmed game. And anyways, I was just saying that the lava, I don't think it's like a worm thing. I think it's just like a whole bunch of images strung together, and that's how they just programmed it. Yes. Oh no, more slugs! More slugs to slug. And this platform just kind of appeared out of nowhere whenever I entered the door. This is why I want it to be Black Yoshi, because the black and white Yoshis have bigger explosions whenever they fire their eggs. And otherwise, you have really tiny explosions with the slugs, or with the Yoshi eggs, and that makes hitting these slugs in the eyes with the fireworks of the eggs so much harder. Practically impossible, I'd say. And here, it's like super easy, because the game is very lenient about it, and I like that about this game. It's very lenient about a lot of different things. But at the same time, I hate it so much. Because it's like it uses lenience to its advantage to make ridiculously hard level layouts. Oh hey, this slug moved pretty fast. It moved faster, Pokey. Thank you, Slug. Your name is no longer Pokey. Your name is Porky, because that's what Nintendo did with Pokey from Mother 3 and Earthbound and such. Okay, please do not die. That would be the baddest of things. Yes, disintegrate, you silly slug monster guy. You know what would have really been fun for this level? Just to have, like... Oh, man, I forgot about this. This is gonna be a problem, too. Because now that I have the key, I have to survive going back all the way to the door at the very beginning of the level. So I need to find fruits as fast as I possibly can. And this is oh, well, I ran out of eggs, but this is a melon. I'm just gonna break it until I get the melon. Come on, Bubble. Yeah, we have the key. We have to bring it to the very beginning of the level. That's so hard to say. Beginning of the level. Beginning of the level. Lol. And that's where we will find a heart. Man, this Let's Playing is like a tongue twister the whole time. That's something I've discovered. Stop bouncing on the walls, Yoshi. You're driving me up the wall with bouncing all over the walls. Yeah, but as I was saying, you know what would have really been fun to do with the slug monsters? I think that it would have been fantastic if we could, like, just fill that room with salt water and just see what happens. Because that would make that. Oh. Bananas. That would make that part of the level so much funnier to watch and so much easier. And both of those things would be pluses. Still have the key. Okay. I got hurt by trying to figure out whether or not I still had the key. Okay. One of the problems with this level is that you keep having to eat fruits to survive, and if you're going for getting all the hearts in this level, you don't want to eat any of the fruits too fast. What am I bumping into? Up. What is up? Apparently nothing. What? Okay, thanks for nothing, stupid arrow. Wait, this is back where I already was, right? I don't even know. I'm just gonna go in here. We see more robot mice jumping around like they own the place. Which they very well might. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Baby Bowser is just renting the place. And these robot mice are just like... I don't know. They're just the coolest people and they have lots of money and we just don't know it. Okay, this is where I'm gonna get... Like, this level... This part of this level is where I get lost. I'm just gonna kind of wing it, because I don't know where to go. We see saw blades and stuff. I mean, you have to be rich to have all these saw blades and these balls and chains and conveyor belts that look like Twizzlers and all this craziness. And if you're a robot, then how easy would it be to make money? You just walk into a convenience store and they'd be like, "Wow, that's so cool, man," and you just immediately get money. I don't know. I mean, that's how I picture being a robot. Come on, can I make this simple jump? Black Yoshi. You are a black Yoshi. It looks like you're covered in ashes or charcoal or something. You should be experienced with getting burned. But yet you still have not developed any kind of immunity or whatever to it. Resistance. Of course, I'm just making assumptions based on his color. You should never make assumptions based on the color of a Yoshi or a person. But Yoshis are people too. No, they're not. They're dinosaurs. That's why they're called dinosaurs. I really hate the... Like, this level just overuses the whole idea of crawling past really thin areas like this. And that's one thing that I really do not like at all. Because sometimes, like, the controls on a Nintendo 64 controller are pretty good, but, very sensitive at the same time. And... like, with this level especially, like, sometimes it seems like you're going really slowly and then all of a sudden Yoshi just stands up, and then other times you go kind of quickly and it seems like... but he's still crouching and it just feels really inconsistent. I'm glad they give you a flower here, otherwise this part would be impossible just to learn right away. You can't run past these flames, by the way. I mean, you can jump through lava falls, but you can't jump through simple little flames like this. I mean, these are nothing more than giant candles. They're not even that hot. They're just yellow flames. It's not like they're blue or green flames. I think those are hotter. I know blue is. I'm not sure about green. Probably. Green's probably really hot. Saw blade. It's not even that this part's nerve-wracking or anything. It's just boring. It's very sad. It's kind of a disappointing final level in general, actually. Just because it's big and confusing and kind of boring in certain parts and nerve-wracking in other parts, and I don't know. It's like it's meant to be really hard, and it is pretty hard, but it uses like its hardness in all the wrong ways, I think. Also, just a note: Yoshi can lick through the flames and eat things on the other side of these flames. Like, yeah, Yoshi can lick his tongue through the flames, and yet he cannot... He can't just, you know, run through them. And also, most Yoshis cannot even eat these chili peppers, and they can lick through the flames too. So, that's also inconsistent. I mean, like, if your tongue can go through a solid flame, or not a solid flame, that's completely opposite, then they should be able to eat something as not as hot as a chili pepper, if that made any sense at all. I'm very bad at explaining things, as you know. I'm bad at explaining things. Or sorry, no, I suck at explaining things. I even butchered my own saying. Wow. Finally, we have passed through this blue door, and we are no longer blue. In fact, we were never blue, because we were born a black Yoshi, and black Yoshi is not blue. Unless you wanted to say that, like, if you mix up all the colors of crayons and things in the world, then that would eventually turn black or something similar. What do I do here? I really don't know. Am I supposed to hit these with eggs? That's my guess. This seems to work so far. Can I cause a chain reaction here? A crab reaction? That's not even a joke. What am I saying? And our heart. Poochie, do you have anything useful to say? No? Poochie, you never have anything interesting to say anymore. What is wrong with you? You were super helpful in the first level, and now you're just slacking off, lassie. Bad dog. Bad dog. No more treats for you. No more soup for you. In fact, I will take a bone and just shove it up... Never mind. I guess that would be why they're called tailbones. Okay, so we have 2 hearts now. That's exciting, right? Yes, 2 hearts. And I know where the other one is, the third one. Oh wait, well, I guess I'm just gonna say that I went back out here for the eggs, but Really, I didn't. I was just getting lost. I should use this Miss Warp to go to where I need to go. Because somewhere in this level... Yeah, I know where it is. Never mind. There's another whole section of stuff where the other heart is. And it is actually quite frightening. I was very frightened the first time I saw it. But enough about that. These must be pretty sturdy pipes to have lava flowing through them. Sometimes I have, like... Well, not really anymore, but I used to have these crazy weird... come on now. All I want to do is hit this... Yes. That's all I wanted to do, game. All I wanted to do. You don't have to turn it into a hissy fit. But yeah, like, I used to have these weird nightmares where... Basically, I would be, like, showering in my bathroom, and then all of a sudden lava would just start gushing out of the shower head and just, like, kill me. Yeah, that was a nice dream. And then I would picture it happening to a whole bunch of other people, like, all around in the neighborhood, and quite frightening indeed. But also quite interesting. I know it's pretty much impossible for anything of that sort to happen. But even still, it fascinates me to think that some things might be possible in movies. You know, just to have everyone burned to death suddenly in the shower. That's all I have to say about that. I don't know. So let's use this tulip. Tulip backwards is pilot. Come on. Nah. Yoshi, that was a fail. Black Yoshi. Yoshi, fail. And then Yoshi backwards is Isoi. 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 Oh my... What? Nah. What is that? Oh. Oh, that is the scariest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Seriously, like, this is the scariest thing in the entire game. What is this? Like, they kind of remind me of this this game called Ball Revamped on Newgrounds, where you just play as a multicolored ball and you can you have to guide it through a whole bunch of mazes and things and solve puzzles and stuff by carefully guiding it through using the arrow keys and such, like bouncing it around in the air. But this is like that, except with a face. And this face reminds me of something too. Like, recently, these posters were put up in our school, and I guess they're just, like, student-made posters. Probably literature-based posters, and there's, like, a quote on one that says, I think, something like, men's smiles, or there are daggers in a man's smile, I think is the quote, something like that. Probably some quote from a famous book that I've never read, because I don't read books. I don't read anything. And... you know, that's really weird. Last time I was in this room, I think there was a bouncing ball in this little section, but there's not now. Oh well. But, like... it has these smiley faces on them. There's smiley faces in the picture, on the poster. And... like, they just look like circles, basically just yellow circles and not much more, and then you see their mouths. And there's like, they're like these big triangular mouths full of knives, just really, really sharp, prickly looking ugly teeth that are really sharp and dark looking, and it's yeah, it's very, very frightening, truly. Because that kind of contrast with a picture like that is just especially unnerving. Whenever you see something that should be really basic, just something that should be really simple and childlike, like a smiley face. You know, just take the Walmart logo, the smiley face logo for marked down prices, and that looks like, you know, just looks like a happy face. And then give that a really bloodthirsty knife grin, and it suddenly turns ridiculously scary. Also, I could have eaten any of those fruits just now. It wouldn't have been a problem. But, oh wait, I already did the fire part. I was gonna show that off, and I just forgot that I already showed it. Never mind. Well, apple a day. Final fruit of the game is an apple. It's like we went through the alphabet backwards, because you know how in alphabet games and things, apple is always what the A stands for. Nom 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 nom. What have we here? Mario's little pet. I have pets too. Well, not really, but let's all play together. Play badly, you wimpy pet, because I want to kill you. Yep, okay. Yeah, I don't get what he means whenever he says he has pets. I mean, if you mean the giant green fish ghosts, then yeah, okay, those sure look like pets. No, they look like your cousins, man. Those look like your cousins. Oh, I'm loving this Black Yoshi explosion thing so much. He's just the best at exploding, making explosion things. He doesn't even need bombs to create giant explosions. Yoshi is the bomb. Bam! Right in the face. Ow. I didn't want to get abused. You know, I haven't successfully hit Baby Bowser twice in the same, like, swift thing. This entire LP, I just... But, like, there's a way to just hit him and then hit him again really quickly, but I didn't do that because I suck. Here's my poem! I'm the dingus, you dino guy. I'll smash you now, so say hello. We still have the super happiness, wow. Once again, an example of this game's super lenience. Why didn't that hit you? Come on now. Yeah, I think this part's supposed to be like reminiscent of the Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island Baby Bowser fight, the first phase of it. But it's nothing like that because that was actually really cool and clever, and this is just like shooting eggs in no apparent order or fashion, just like throw them around randomly and you win.
Yowie, this hurts. I hate you, you. I'll give you back your.
Whoa there, Baby Bowser. That was really vulgar of you. Go to your room. Or, I mean, well, you were in your room, so get out of your room. Go into the dark, gray clouds, the endless darkness, far, far away, and maybe, you know, get dumped into a volcano by your minions. Wouldn't that be the greatest thing ever? That's really quite weird, though. Like, why do his minions take him away? Because, like, are they planning on, like, healing Baby Bowser because he was so brutally abused, obviously, by getting egged in the face so many times? Because that's clearly the cause of fatal wounds. I don't know, whatever. Yoshi does have some pretty crazy eggs, though. I don't mean it like that, no. Anyway. And now for the final credits sequence. Well, not quite yet. We still have to read the story again. After all these hearts slowly float down the screen, very peacefully, like a cheesy movie, but a good cheesy movie. Not knowing where to go, the Yoshis just climbed as high as they could. Advanced text. When they reached the top and looked around, they still didn't know where to go. Because they were stupid and lost. Finding the Super Happy Tree might not be as easy as they had thought. We just found it. You can stop now, game. To avoid a dark, scary cave, the Yoshis entered a nearby tunnel. Wait, what? To avoid a cave, they entered a tunnel. Inside, they found a maze that overflowed with rushing water. Once again, no, it was not overflowing. It didn't even have... perhaps they should have just gone through the cave instead. Cave, tunnel, sort of the same thing. The high mountain air was freezing cold. How much could they take? They're Yoshis, they can take on anything. They're hardcore. It was scary so high up. They carefully crossed the canyons and cliffs. At first I read that as, they carefully crossed the bananas and cliffs. Then they met Don Bongo. He was stomping mad, but the Yoshis put him on ice. Except they didn't, because there was no ice in that tunnel. I guess the Don is supposed to make him like a mobster leader or something. Strange creatures come out at night, and in the jungle it was always dark. No, it wasn't. Neurons lived in this jungle, but they weren't as wild as they appeared, because neurons are nerve cells, so yeah. Inside, the neurons were quite tame, and they happily helped the Yoshis escape. By blinking and making themselves shrink and expand. The Yoshis walked along the shore when pirate ships suddenly attacked. Because everything in video games is out to get you. Ships ahoy! The Yoshis ran to escape the Shy Guys and cannonballs. Or something. There were no cannonballs, they were just bombs. As they ran, the Yoshis could see they were almost to the castle. And there's the castle. The Yoshis found the castle and figured the Super Happy Tree was there. And they were right, because they were right 3 times before. It hasn't moved. Instead, they found hot lava and a hot-tempered baby Bowser. Yeah, hot-tempered baby. But happiness wins in the end, and the Yoshis paddled baby Bowser. With a mace. All's well that ends well. The Yoshis had broken Bowser's spell. He didn't even have a spell, actually. He didn't use magic. The Super Happy Tree was back. They jumped for joy with their fruity snack. As you can see. And the Yoshis lived happily ever after. Until 2012 came and they all died. Happy end. This was... I mean, wow. Like, this was just sort of a side project at first. This was just my random third Let's Play that I decided to throw in with my Mario Party and Star Fox 64 Let's Plays, and I enjoyed it a whole lot more than I was expecting. Like, wow, this was a really fun Let's Play. Really fun. Probably the most fun one that I've made up to this point. There were some parts that I didn't really like so much, like, I don't know, the Piranha Grove. And then a couple of times I was just sort of tired and didn't know what to commentate about, but, like, this was still overall so much fun to do. And it's weird because I don't even like this game as much as I like Star Fox 64 or Mario Party. It's not even, like, that great of a game, but it was just commentating over it. There's just, like, a whole new realm to Let's Playing a mediocre game, I guess. Just so fascinating. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just, wow. Yeah. But upon Let's Playing this game, I think it's better than I give it credit for, or I have given it credit for before. It's not quite as great as Yoshi. I just burped. Had to ruin the mood. Not as great as Yoshi's Island by any means, but still a good game in its own right. And, yep, I guess this is where it ends. So, thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you in whatever we do next.